What's going on, guys? Jim the Game Guru. We're gonna use our Cabo. I'm here with my sisters, Kat and Marilena. Kat, you know from earlier in the video, 13 party games, and now my baby sister has now decided to join us. Awesome. So we played this game a while back at the beach, at the lake house. We went out on vacation, and we immediately fell in love with this game, Cabo. I'm gonna show you guys Cabo Deluxe and the regular version of Cabo. And we're gonna go through a playthrough, and I think you guys can agree this is probably one of our favorite games.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't played in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, and Marilena's like the queen of the rocket ship here. Starts off hot, and then all of a sudden, she's gone. But yeah, we have a blast with it. It kind of plays like, some people have said it plays like golf. I've never played golf with the regular cards, but it's kind of like that with some superpowers, basically. Like each card has a power of peeking or swapping. All right, so let's go ahead and dig in. We'll show you some quick one round. We'll show you one round. The game goes to 100 points. And what you want to do is you want to basically have one person go over 100, and the person with the least amount of points will end up winning the game. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the boxes really quick. This is the deluxe version here. This actually comes with 2 decks and a colorful scoring pad. And then if you end up going for the Cabo version that is not deluxe, you'll get 1 deck and then a smaller scoring pad. It just has a nicer box with this, and it has a better scoring pad. The scoring pad here is more, it's kind of generic, but it still works. So this is for a little bit more. You get 2 decks, and this one you get the 1 deck. So we're gonna go ahead and show you some of the cards here. So this card right here, the 7, is a peek card, which allows you to peek on your side. So in Cabo, you're not allowed to look at your cards unless you are actually giving authorization to do so. And usually the peek cards, or the first 2 cards when you get your 4 cards, are when you can peek your cards. And the 8 is a peek. These are all the special powers of the cards. 9 is a spy. And what 9 does is it allows you to spy somebody else's cards in their particular area. 10 is also a spy, and then 11 is a swap. I'll show you guys these 2 here. But it's so much harder on this angle. But now the 12 and the 13 are 13 has nothing. 13 is the highest card in the game. 12 is another swap. Now, there are only 2 13 cards in this game, and there's only 2 0 cards in this game. And there's a special rule in this game where it's called kamikaze, that if you get 2 12s and 2 13s, and Marilena is actually has specialized in that one game. She ended up getting that. You ended up winning that game, didn't you?
I didn't call Cabo, so I didn't win.
No. That's the one time. The first time. The second time you did it. So yeah. So that kamikaze is hard to get because there's only 2 13s, and once 1 13 gets down in the pile, it's over. And then there's 2 0s, which are hard to get, but usually we find out when those are around because people protect them violently. So we're gonna go ahead and shuffle the cards up, deal them out, and we'll show you guys 1 round. So we're gonna do 1 round. The goal is to get 1 person over 100 points.
And if you get exactly 100, you go back down to 50.
Yes, you have 1 shot to do that. There is a rule in the game that, like Marilena just said, if you get exactly 100, you can actually use your lifeline to go down to 50 points. But you can only do that once. The second time that happens, you lose. All right, Marilena's going to go ahead and lift the card. She's going to show you. This is a reference card here. As you can get a little higher. It's hard, I know, it's the angles. This is a reference card you have in the game that will actually tell you what you can and cannot do. It'll tell you how you call Cabo, how you draw from the deck, from the discard pile, and it also goes into scoring and some of the abilities. So there's some of the, and you get 4 of those. You get 1 for each person. This is I think it's 2 to 4, isn't it? I think it's 2 to 4 player game, max. Okay, so here we go. You get 4 cards. You have dealt to each player. You end up having a draw pile, and you flip over a card that somebody can actually pull from the draw pile and from the discard pile if they want. And when you first get to, well, let me put my cards up here. I don't think, yep. So I'm gonna move my cards up here too. We'll move these up a little bit. Okay, so when you first get dealt your cards, you can actually look at 2 cards. And so I'm gonna go ahead and peek at 2 of them. And my sisters are gonna do the same thing. All right, Kat, do you wanna go first?
Sure.
Now, what you do when you start off the game is you can either draw from the top or you can take from the discard. And if you immediately discard a card after drawing it, you can use it for an ability. So she is not going to use the ability on the card. She's going to go ahead and stuff it in there. So Marilena's up now.
I'm going to use that to peek at this card?
Yep. So what she did, she drew and she discarded immediately. Anytime you draw and you discard immediately, you can use the ability on the card. That I don't need. So I'm going to go... Okay, so I drew this. Hey.
We will remember where that goes.
Yeah, remember this. Remember this, guys. Remember where it goes. Obviously, you're not going to show it in the camera, but hey, what not? Remember that. Okay. There's not a whole lot of table talking in this game.
So I'm
Not
going to
yet.
So she's gonna spy. Marilena's gonna spy on somebody's. Yeah, the table talk comes at the very end. I feel like it's especially when you're like, okay, well, do I try to get this person to call Cabo or instigate them or? All right, what are you gonna do? Did you already spy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want that because that's garbage, and I will use a spy, and I will not show obviously the camera that this time, like I did before. Damn previews, camera previews ruining it. I wish we had like when there's, you know how they have the cameras on the poker tables when they're always like they're underneath the people's hands and you can
Yeah.
see them but no one else can see what's going on.
Do you want to sign that?
So what I just did was I had 2 of the same cards. If you have 2 of the same or more of the same cards, you can swap them all for 1 card. So I took 2 of the same,
Yes.
flipped it over, and so now I have.
So now she's down to 3 cards because in this game you have a multi-exchange, which Kat just explained. But there is a drawback to the multi-exchange, and that is if you mess it up, you get an extra card. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Marilena knows that quite a few. She's done that quite a few times. All right.
The spy cards.
Well, go ahead and spy on somebody then. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm getting nothing but high cards here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a swap, and I will swap that. And you can see you're not allowed to really look at any of your cards, and there's a lot of memory in this game. You have to memorize where you have your cards, and if you screw up and you forget where you have a certain card, then it's problematic. So this one I swapped with her. I have no idea what this card is because I never spied on it, but apparently she swapped 2 cards for it, so hopefully it's good. Now there you go. Marilena did the multi-exchange of the 6s into the pile. The 6s have no special abilities, nothing whatsoever. I'm going to do a blind swap, and what I mean by a blind swap is I'm going to swap this out. I have no idea what this is. It could be a bad decision or a good decision. I usually hate doing that, but I'm going to risk it. Okay.
I feel like I have to.
And most of the time when you do a blind swap, you end up giving somebody a delicious card.
Marlena ends up giving everybody a delicious card.
Yes, she does.
That's why I'm not allowed to do
lot.
the blind spot. But
I'm
he
gonna
can
go-
do the blind spot all he wants.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peek. Okay. Okay, Cat.
This is what stinks because I never get peaks. It's the only thing I get furious with this game.
You get peeks enough. You had 2 of them already this round.
No, I have spies. I want to know what I have, not what you guys have.
Okay.
Oh, well then.
Blind swap though. I don't know what that card is.
Okay, but
I
you
do
know,
know what
but
this
you know
card
what
is,
that is
but-
because I made the mistake of showing everybody because I forgot about the camera preview.
Then that means the other 2.
Yeah, I have no idea because I'm not really paying attention right now. Ooh. And right now I'm in a hell of a lot of trouble because I can't remember my cards. I mean, I only know a couple of them because I'm not really paying attention. So you need to pay attention in this game, or else if you have any kind of cloudiness in your mind about any kind of card,
Bonus.
it could become a problem.
Okay, so I don't know what that is.
All right, so ooh, what did she do there? Okay, well, I'll go for that. Oh, jeez.
Yay.
And there we go. Whoop, and there we go. I just gave Kat a delicious, juicy card, a 1-pointer. Marilena, your turn. What are you going to do?
Take my chances.
Oh my God. Did it work out?
It's fine. I just don't know what I want to do now.
AKA, I have all really good cards. I
Yeah,
wanna get
yeah,
rid of any of
basically.
them.
Basically, she's like, oh man,
I guess I'll just do this.
I have zeros and... I don't know what did I do there. Oh my God.
Pointless turn.
I know, that's awful. That was an awful exchange. I hate when I do that.
Once again, memory
Yeah,
key in this game.
it is. I'm gonna do a multi-exchange. I might screw this up because I can't remember, and I am correct. Okay, so I didn't screw it up. Thank God. So now we're all down to 3 cards, and obviously the lowest amount of cards you can get is 1 card through your
I
multi-exchanging.
knew it. Oh
Oh!
What?
Well then, Marilena, I wonder what you
I
have.
always start off good.
I know, you always start off good. It's a rocket ship later
You're not
on.
taking a 2? You're trying to get a swap?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a swap. Damn
But
it.
the problem is, you're all expecting me to call Cabo, so there's the swaps after you call Cabo.
Yeah, that's where you run into the issue.
Yeah.
I
As soon
should
as you
have.
call Cabo, you have a target on your
Go
back,
ahead.
and they will use their swaps to take your
Yes.
card.
So Marilena is obviously going to call Cabo. That's how you end the round. You call Cabo, and then every other person gets 1 more turn, and then you
what this
see
one
who's got
is.
the lowest hand. If Marilena gets set, she gains her points plus 10.
Cabo.
So I don't know what to do here.
You gotta hope for a swap card when you pick it up.
Yeah, I think I would end up grabbing this card just to reduce the damage, but because I don't think I'm gonna get a swap card. But just for some fun, I'm just gonna draw to see if I do get a swap card, and I don't. And I get a peak card, and I get the peak, and anyway, so Cat's gonna go, and Cat does not get a swap, and look
We
at that.
used all the swaps, I feel like.
And now we go ahead and tally up the cards. So I have 10 points, which is pretty bad. Kat's got 3 and Marilena's got 0. And this is how the rounds of Cabo are played. You keep going until you push one person over 100 points. And if they get exactly like Marilena said earlier, they have 1 lifeline. You have 1 lifeline, then you can go down to 50 points from that. Okay? All right, so let's go to our final thoughts. All right, final thoughts time on Cabo. As you can see, the game is really simple to play. It's great, some decent power-ups in the game where you can actually do peeking and spying and swapping. And the swapping is really fun when you get to the very end. Especially when you call Cabo and you end up screwing somebody and you're like, okay, I'm going to grab a swap now and I'm just going to swap that out and screw them at the end. One thing that I have an issue with this game, you guys probably know what it is. Come on, the 6s. I hate the 6s. They're the most garbage card in the game. Anytime you draw a 6, most people, Madelena, you had a double swap on a 6, I think, in that game, right?
This game had double.
In this game, you had a double. Most of the time, though, you're in games where you don't have that, you don't encounter that. You'll draw the 6 and you have nothing to, you don't have any other 6s in your pile, and you just end up discarding it right away. It's kind of like a waste.
Yeah. So otherwise you would do an exchange if you,
Yeah, but if you can't do an exchange, like what the hell's, because the 6 is not low enough.
Yeah.
So it's not good, and then you can't do anything with it. It has no powers, so
Yeah.
you end up just throwing it away.
Right. You really want the 4 and below cards.
Yes. Yeah,
Fives
yeah.
are-
And fives or.
But we've gotten really good at this game where we're starting to get a little snooty about even the fours and
Yes,
like,
yes.
we're like
Yeah, and I think in the video, as we're showing you guys how to play, we weren't really being as serious because we're trying to shoot the video and show you guys how to play. But without the cameras rolling and in serious play, we would actually be way more cutthroat, and it would be like every single one of us would probably get down to like 2 or 3 points in our pile. Unless you try to go out early and try to stick to them really quick and say, sometimes you might have like a match in the very beginning, do a double exchange, and then do a swap on one card and say, I'm going to gamble. I'm just going to call Cabo because nobody else is, they're not even close to that.
yeah.
Um,
Or if you're going for kamikaze.
or if you're going for Kamikaze, yeah. But Kamikaze, though, it's so risky because if you do it early and you have the 4 cards and you call Kamikaze, everyone in their mind goes Kamikaze.
Yeah, yeah.
The only time I was able to do it was I had a 12 and a 13 in my hand, picked up the 13 on one of my first pickups from
So
the
yeah,
draw
it was
pile,
very inconspicuous.
and then had a peek and discovered I had the other 12.
yeah, you
Or
were
I grabbed the
flying,
other
you were
12.
under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't notice, and we didn't notice that,
Yeah.
and we didn't notice until later when I was like, "Wait a minute, did the 13 go in the discard pile at all?"
I
Yeah.
had
And then
them.
that's when she her face turned red. She was like, "Oh, Mike, you got the Kamikaze go too." Yeah. Oh man. So what else? What else?
I love this game. My only issue is I never get a freaking peak card.
And I never get swap cards. I only get swap cards
and that's
taken on
just
me.
You get
luck. That's just luck.
She gets spies a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, I love it. I love the fact it's easy to play at home or take it to the beach, take it to wherever you go, and
It's very, very portable.
It's just
Especially
very
when you're
easy to-
drinking and you can't
Yep.
have your memory very sharp.
Yes.
It's very
That's
difficult.
when the rocket ship, all aboard. Yep.
But it's simple to learn, yet it's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, if you call Cabo and you're not the lowest scorer, you have 10 points added.
Yes, which is not too bad. Sometimes, I'm wondering if there's ever a position where you need exactly 100 points, and then you're like, oh well, I'll call Cabo to see if someone can set me, so then that way I can hit the 100 points exact. But yeah, it's an awesome game, guys. Highly recommend. We love it. We played a shit ton of these games. I don't know. This is probably one of the games that we played the most.
We were addicted to it from like September all the way till at least till the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. So go out there, grab it. It's pretty cheap. If you go to the non-deluxe version, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like $15 or $12. I can't remember. It's pretty cheap out there. But yeah, go get that. So we're out of here. Until the next video, guys.
Bye.
Bye.